Yeah, it's a little colder than I'm used to, but, it's not too bad. I'm trying to stay inside as much as possible.
There you go, right? You don't want to catch a cold 3 days before biggest fight of your career.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, I'm no fan of cold. I can't wear my Birkenstocks. I got to put on closed-toed shoes. It's horrible.
There you go. You got to rough it. Hey, what? Before we get into a breakdown of the fight and this card, I wanted to get your take from a fighter perspective. I don't know if you heard, but James Toney, legendary boxer, signed with the UFC. Came out like 4 hours ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he signed with the UFC. So let's get your fresh perspective on this. He's going to walk in. He's probably going to make a good amount of money, maybe one fight and done. What do you think from just the purity, the integrity of the sport, bringing in a guy like James Toney?
I don't know. I don't really like it when people aren't MMA guys and want to just come in and do one fight, like Jose Canseco and stuff. And I can respect the fact that they're athletes and they put in hard work and stuff their whole life, and they're just trying to make the best out of it. People got to do what they got to do. But I think they're all going to have rude awakenings when they fight a real mixed martial artist. So. I don't know how they're going to do it. It's just crazy because you could put someone like Kimbo and James Toney on a pay-per-view, and it would sell a ton. And these are guys that aren't even top 100 fighters in the world. And then you can put the top 2 guys in the world like we're doing here in Columbus on Saturday and in Sacramento in a month. And it'd be hard to sell pay-per-view numbers. So
that's Joe Benavidez, WEC fighter down at 135. He's fighting former champ Miguel Torres this Saturday. WEC 47. Well, it is a big deal from a commitment standpoint that they're putting this in Columbus. They know they've gotten great crowds with the UFC events. You got the Arnold there, and this is a big arena. You're talking about a 19,000-seat arena. This is a big step for you guys.
Yeah, it's big. I don't know, if they're planning on selling it out, but I think we're planning on having a good crowd, and, I like that. I like the big crowd. I like traveling. I get a new magnet for my fridge and all that stuff, so.
Very nice.
That's pretty cool. Just getting to come somewhere and then being with the Arnold Classic, that's going to be a cool experience. I'm looking forward to going in there and seeing what's going on in there. So, it's just a cool experience in general to come down here.
Well, this is a big opportunity. You're going against Miguel Torres. I'll ask you point blank because you fought in Japan too. Is Miguel the dream fight? Was Kid Yamamoto the dream fight? So who has been really regarded, within the inner circles as the guy at 135?
I'd say it's Miguel Torres for sure. He's proven himself, and that's the fight at hand. So I just got to think of it as the biggest fight, regardless. I think he's done more. He's been ranked top, pound for pound and everything. So yeah, it's definitely a bigger fight, and it's a fight I've wanted since I got into the WC. So this is like a title fight for me.
All right. How many times have you been asked this week, and do you expect to be asked about it? Your height?
Oh God, if I yeah. It isn't. I expect it.
So how do you answer it? You're 5'3", 5'4". Is 5'4" pushing it? And you're going against a guy who's pushing
5'4" is a good.
There you go. You'll take 5'4", and you're going against a guy who's pushing 5'10".
The thing about that is I'm used to it. That's how I fight. This isn't new for me. It's not like, oh my God, I'm going against a taller guy this time. I go against a taller guy every day in practice. Every day since I started boxing people. That's what I've used. My body, I've always gone against taller guys. So, yeah, I'm used to going against taller guys. That's how I fight. I get in and get out and use my explosiveness and my quickness to get in and out. That's my style. That's how I fight. So he's going to have to deal with that just as much as I have to deal with his reach, I think,
Right, and it's funny, we don't have as much of an issue when you see a guy who's 6'2" going against a guy who's 6'7" at heavyweight.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that's generally not as much of the breakdown because, let's be honest, the taller guy, as you said, does have different things to defend. Tim Sylvia at heavyweight has holes in his game because, in terms of takedowns, it's a different animal trying to defend that.
Yeah, I use it to my advantage. It's not like I was 5'10" before, and now I'm like, oh my God, I'm 5'5". What do I do? I'm used to this. This is how I fight, and this is how I fought everyone. And I know what I do good, and that's what I'm going to do.
All right, the man's not objective because you're buddies with him and you train with him. But Uriah Faber told me the other day that you will knock out Miguel Torres. How are you going to do that?
How am I going to do? Am I going to knock him out? Well, yeah. I'm going to definitely try to knock him out. I think I got a pretty hard right hand, and I don't know. I'm looking to knock him out or choke him out. I'd love it both, but I think Uriah is pretty smart to say I could go for the knockout. But, yeah, I'm just going to go in there and overwhelm him, a lot of fakes, and I just want to show all my skills in this fight. I don't just want to stand. I don't just want to get on the ground. I want to beat him everywhere where, he knows I'm the better fighter after the fight's over. He's going to know, like, he beat me everywhere. He didn't get lucky. He didn't do this. Like, he beat me. So, I want to go in there and show all my skills.
That's Joe Benavidez with us. He's got a fight coming up this Saturday. What do you think will happen in the title fight with Cruz and Bowles?
I got to say Bowles is going to win, He's a good buddy of mine, and, I wish him the best, so I wish him to win. And then I just think looking in, he's just got more ways to finish the fight. Cruz is going to basically have to walk on eggshells and try to dance around and win a decision, which he's really good at. But to do that for 5 rounds with the guy with as much weapons as Brian Bowles is going to be pretty hard. So eventually I think Bowles is going to catch him. For some reason I see a guillotine, but, Bowles punches pretty hard too, so I could see either.
All right. Well, I know things are getting better for the WEC fighters because in talking to, let's see, Mike Brown, he just got a deal where he's got a Volvo from a dealer in South Florida.
Nice.
Uriah Faber.
No way.
Yeah. You got Uriah. Incredible. Uriah Faber, your buddy, you know this. I think he was gloating a little bit. He's a very cocky guy, that Faber. But he was saying that he just got a new Mercedes. That's nice.
Yeah, he did. I can't believe that. And yeah, what does he have to do? He has to go to pay for the Mercedes. He has to go eat at a restaurant 3 times for free. A delicious restaurant, nonetheless.
Wow. So what do they got for you, Joe? You're not like getting a Toyota or something.
No, he's got a nice ride. He's an American car guy, and I like his taste. Tell people what you have.
Cadillac.
Oh yeah.
Now we're talking.
He's a Caddo man.
Yeah.
I just got it. Yeah, before that I had an 86 Lincoln Continental, and I drove that all the way from New Mexico. It's an 86 Lincoln. That was my baby, but it broke down, and, it's time to get a new car, and, I needed an upgrade, and I think I deserved it, and I always wanted a Cadillac, and I got a nice DeVille. I love it. It's like driving your living room around.
It sure beats the hell out of a Toyota. Because you'd be sitting in your living room if you had one of those.
It's like driving around a living room. Never
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You should get a deal. That's actually a commercial. I like that. That sounds like a good read. So, if anyone in
Cadillac is listening out there,
anyone in Vegas, we got any Vegas Cadillac dealers? Let's go, Joe Benavidez. Especially if he beats Torres, this guy's a big star. Get him a Cadillac.
Exactly.
He'll take a second
one. It'll be a big one.
Yeah, exactly.